The case for depth. In this three-part series, which I'm uploading on Serena's Playbook as well as my personal channel, it's going to be all about why we need to go deeper in life and what's standing in our way. So, Serena's Playbook is about leveling up your strategic thinking, and my personal channel is more for my reflections and insights, being a holistic practitioner and being a creative. So, in this first episode, I want to talk about how creating 100 plus videos on Serena's Playbook, as well as creating content on my media and politics commentary channel, has taught me a lot about content consumption and how we must become much more strategic about what we absorb and what we consume. What's led me in this direction much more recently is me finding that my creative output is impacted by all the noise outside, all the external stimuli. And then my current dissertation focus being on AI and the political commentary space on YouTube and how AI impacts and influences that has just got me super sort of vigilant about how our devices, our tech, AI, and algorithms are already playing a part in our day to day lives and actually impacting the quality of our lives. The way that we have come to enjoy content and the model that was prescribed by so many successful creators, because if you have this format with all the trimmings and everything is punctuated visually, verbally, you'll keep someone's attention, you'll retain them. And after going deep in multiple areas of my academic life, my creative life, my sort of philosophical life, I found that I lose focus with the jumpier, punchier versions of content, that I am actually seeking to be more still so that I can sit with an idea for longer, so that you can almost be present to someone's process. This social media thing, this digital content world, is supposed to be an extension to real life. And if you're having these sort of parasocial relationships online and they are replacing your human relationships, shouldn't we at least try? Shouldn't we at least attempt to make this space as similar, familiar to what a human conversation or a human interaction would be like? There's a real movement towards going analog, a digital cleanse, wanting to be online less. And I'm honestly, personally, and professionally speaking, banking and betting on that phenomena to shift how content will not only be consumed or want to be consumed, but actually how content will be created. You might think it's a bit of a reach. I don't think it is. I recall a period of time and a phase of time when lectures and long form, non manicured content would receive almost cult like support and audiences continuously, routinely returning and forming community online. Then I believe with shorter form content, TikTok, there's been a real trend towards bite sizing that. But the bite size doesn't work because the bite size has us in this sort of, it's keeping us in this loop of reactivity. And the reactivity keeps us on the surface. There's no depth to it. And so it's much easier for us to react to one snippet than really reflect on a longer piece of content. Hey, maybe it's even an article, a story, something written down and not just parroted to us through short form content. The case for depth is because when we are routinely wiring ourselves in this way, day to day, it's molding us into the kinds of humans that we are. And unfortunately, it's having a real impact on how we communicate and how we look to understand one another, because we would rather react in the very first moment than take a moment, reflect, and seek to respond. I think these are concerns held by many. It's certainly not just me. However, I think the style of content that's produced and the style of content that's consumed is having a real, substantial, significant effect on this phenomena. I want to do the opposite, or at least I want to do my best as a content creator to help, not capitalize on something that's going to be negatively impacting all of us in so many ways, and it gets passed on. It's generational. So the case for depth is a strong one. It's a reason why I've recorded a lecture series for Serena's Playbook. It's 21 days, starts on February the 1st, and it's all about brand communications. And it's a reason why I've decided to make this 3 parts so that you return. Do you remember the times when we would have a particular show uh, bookmarked almost in our heads, in our diaries, because there's no such thing as recording a show, there's no such thing as streaming or binging. You would have to wait until Thursday, until Friday at 7 p.m. or whatever time it be to watch that show. You'd have to sort of wake up super early on a Saturday or a Sunday to enjoy that show, that program, to be witness to this thing that took place at the same time for everyone, and then share in that experience together the next day when you would see people, communicate with them face to face. When the notification bell for a show didn't have to be one that was digital, it was just something we knew we wanted and we would come back for it. The good old days. I'll see you in part 2.